We're back. Week 2 of the college football season is here. And the Pigskin Preview is here to give you picks to make sure you can cash in. And it's the first day of the NFL season. The Eagles and the Cowboys are kicking things off on Thursday night where they're hanging the championship banner. We might have a little action on that too. So we got a lot. We got a lot, Mr. Luckett. And you're off to a hot start, sir. A very hot start.
You know, these things are funny because, like, you give out multiple picks. Sometimes you pick the right ones. Sometimes you pick the wrong ones. 3-3 last week in the column, Nick.
Huh.
The 3 I picked just Cal Cash for here on Pigskin Preview. So if it only would work like that. I've had years where I can't pick the right ones and years where, vice versa. And so a nice first week. We won't talk about some of my props. Caught some bad bounces in that, but we'll be back week 2. The card is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You have to, there's some, maybe not the most exciting
You gotta
games.
dig deep.
You have to do a little digging, but there's always winners out there. We believe we found them, and I want to do more NFL this year, mix in some NFL here on Pigskin Preview. And so we're gonna get into that, and then we can talk about the Thursday game as well. But maybe a little anytime touchdown parlay. I know people love to play them, so I put a little something together here for the good friends of the Pigskin Preview program.
I've got an under parlay too, because the unders were ripe in college football. Might as well keep that under train rolling in the NFL. So I've got 3 games for that. Whether you're playing the NFL, college football, playoff baseball's around the corner, the Reds won't be a part of that. You can play it all at BetMGM. BetMGM is partnering with On3 this college football season. They've got all of the action right there, whatever the sport is, whatever the action may be. Futures, I was scrolling through. I got some futures for the NFL season locked in, and college football that I locked in a week ago with BetMGM. And if you haven't signed up yet, use bonus code ON3. It's OM3, the number 3. And you will get up to $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. It's pretty simple. You just download the BetMGM app, use the bonus code ON3, deposit at least $10, and place your first wager on any game. Whether it wins or loses, you're going to get that money back in bonus bets if it doesn't cash. Just make sure you use that bonus code ON3 when you sign up. Make this college football season one for the history books. Make it legendary with BetMGM. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 plus only. U.S. promotional offers are not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, or 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Just don't forget, if you haven't signed up yet, use promo code ON3 and get your $1,500 first bet offer today with BetMGM. Luckett, I was scrolling through the board, and I'm glad that we synced up on one of our plays. And usually you're like, I got more. It's like, you know what? I need to dig deeper, and I need to find another one. So I did that. I've got 3 picks that I like. Even if they're worse, you could always fade me because I want a good goose egg 0 for 3. And this is the part where I got to thank you, because I got the bat signal at about 9 o'clock on Saturday night. This LSU live line plus 300 on the money line's looking ripe, and boy, did that make up for all my losses. So thank you.
Those are the best, but they're also the most dangerous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to hit on all those, but when you do hit on them, it's a good time. And it just aligned. I'm not the biggest live bettor, but sometimes I found a couple a year that I feel really good about the halftime, and that aligned because I thought LSU had the better quarterback. They were winning the line of scrimmage battle. Clemson wasn't running the ball at all. LSU was consistently moving. You just felt like a matter of time before they took control of that game. And that's what happened in the second half. And we got some good odds on that. So that was nice.
We've got some good odds this week on BetMGM. Mr. Luckett, who's your first college football lock of week 2?
Yeah, and if you were at KS Board, you also got Clemson LSU in the thread. Threw it up there. So we're throwing them up there all weekend. It'll be active. Starts Friday night, but we also have an NFL thread. But pick one, week 2 slate. This team was on the card last week, but we weren't on them. Now we're on them in an opposite spot. They ended up being a favorite, but we bet them when they were a dog. We're betting them a dog this time. Baylor at SMU catching 2.5, taking the Bears road team. I like this spot for Baylor. Like their backs against the wall a little bit, could fall in an 0-2 hole here. Actually liked a lot what I saw from that offense, specifically that passing game and Sawyer Robertson. SMU is a team I feel like you should fade after last year.
Yep.
So I just like this spot going in there for Baylor. SMU's offense running game is a big question mark, I think, for SMU.
Yeah.
So if they get in a passing shootout, I like Baylor in this game. There's going to be a lot of points here. Noon, CW on the call. Hopefully have that on at KS Bar when everyone's getting ready for the big game. But I like Baylor here outright, really. But I'll take the 2.5. So give me the Bears.
This was the pick that I liked. And part of it's for what you said. The passing offense looked good. Auburn's defense has a lot more athletes than SMU's. And in particular, I mean, Baylor just got gashed in the running game, and SMU is not going to do that. They're not going to be able to do that against Baylor. So I like the Bears as a short price dog on the road playing a top 25 team. I'm fading SMU. I'm going to ride with you as well on this bet. It worked because I hopped on Auburn a week ago too, and that was a pretty comfortable cover. I'm hoping my first pick is a pretty comfortable cover. I went against Mississippi State last week, and I'm still going against them this week. Arizona State is coming to town, and the point spread is only 6.5. It should be closer to 10 if you look at some of the power rankings. And Sam Leavitt in this offense, if Mississippi State scores, Arizona State's going to be able to keep up with. And I know the cowbells, there's a certain factor there, but you pulled this stat, Lucky. Mississippi State is 2-13-1 as a home dog since 2019. I know Mississippi State was able to punch in a couple of those touchdowns with Fluff Bothwell, the South Alabama transfer, so that they actually had a little bit of a run game near the goal line. But it's not going to come as easily against Arizona State. Forks up. I'm taking the Sun Devils minus 6.5.
This is actually one I wrote down this week because I like this spot a lot for Mississippi State. If it's going to happen for Jeff Lebby, like this is one of the games it should happen in, right? But they're playing a better team with a better quarterback, and the home dog stats are bad, like very, very, very bad. It's hard to be that bad, as bad as they've been at home, really since 2019. So it's stretched like even multiple head coaches at this point. So I got to see it, before I'm willing to go there. So,
and it feels like if Mississippi State's going to get one, it's in a team that isn't comfortable getting a shootout. And you just know that Arizona State is like, all right, you want to go get up and down and score points? We'll do that. So I'm banking on the better offense, even though they're on the road, to be able to go and get it done.
But all the Arizona State cowbell shaking has me a little worried, though.
Yeah.
Can we get some speakers?
Seriously.
YouTube, you could just play a game on YouTube, like throughout practice.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
That was a little strange. Strange but odd, as my grandma used to like to say. Mr. Luckett, who you got for your second pick?
Yeah, Nick. You know the Apollo Creed gif. He's about to fight Drago. It just says, "God, I feel born again." That's how I feel when I bet my first under of the college football season. And it's going to occur in Ames, El Asico, Iowa State, the under 41.5 this week. The under, Nick, is 17-3 in the last 20 years in this game. Iowa State has the better offense in this game. Rocco Beck, good passing game, but the receivers are still, I think, a question mark. And the running game is, I think, not very explosive. And it's going to have a hard time, I think, against this Iowa front. But Iowa, Nick, like the big thing in their offseason was they went and got Mark Gronowski from South Dakota State. Against Albany, an FCS team, he was 8 for 15 for 44 yards passing the football last week. So Iowa's going to try to run the ball, but Iowa State has a good front. I think they're going to slow them down. Iowa won this game last year with 9 first downs, 20-13. Like, the only way this goes over, in my opinion, is if we get like a defensive touchdown. But even then, I think we could be safe. These teams just know each other well. Both coaches want to play a little bit of a slower style of game, obviously. In Iowa, the underdog, I believe they won 6 or 7. They've won 6 in a row. Jack Trice Stadium in Ames. Nooner, Fox, Big Noon on the call for this. It smells like a 17-10, a 20-17, a 19-16. And Adam Kramer said it best. And I believe he's an Iowa fan. He writes for national columnist for Bleacher Report, I believe. He said, it's going to be, it's going to be great. It's going to end for absolute tragedy in one side or the other. And so I can't wait. But the under feels like a safe play here. And we're riding this bit, one of the best trends in college football right now.
Well, I mean, when you consider a big picture, I mean, Iowa's got a really tough schedule this year. You almost feel like you kind of have to get this one to set yourself up for success down the stretch in Big Ten play. And then on the other hand, I'm not saying it, but like you win this game, Iowa State, and you're kind of the front runner to be the playoff rep in the Big 12. You already did a lot of damage by taking out Kansas State, and I know things get wonky in the Big 12, but this win would go a long way in bolstering that college football playoff resume.
And it would help our win total bet, right? Iowa State gave out 7.5. They would have 2 big wins if they get this one. So Iowa State win and an under would be good for business.
I love betting unders, just playing into the slop. But Mr. Luckett, there's one that caught my eye on the other side that is just way too tantalizing to turn away. Kansas is traveling to Missouri. The border war is resuming for the first time in 14 years. And Jalen Daniels, pretty good quarterback. Missouri, they were going to do the 2 quarterback thing, but Sam Horn got injured on his first snap playing quarterback, but Bo Perbula still lit it up. I kind of wanted to get there with the Jayhawks laying the points, but Eli Drinkowitz, he gets his teams ready for these big games. You go back, even the ones they don't win, like that Georgia game a couple years back, they had them on the ropes. It feels like every time there's a big game in Como, they're ready for it, whether they win outright or just play well. I think if they're going to play well, they're going to have to trade touchdowns with Kansas. So I think there's going to be a lot of points here. This is another situation where SP Plus has this total closer to 55, and it's 50.5 here. So I think we could get a little bit of chaos in this rivalry renewed. I'm going over 50.5 in the border war.
Yeah, I kind of like Kansas as a live dog in this matchup with Daniels. It's kind of their explosive offense. But typically, like, if you like the dog, you should probably like the under. But I actually think if Kansas is going to win this thing is going over.
Right. That's kind of my thinking. Score. Yeah. If they're going to get there, they're going to have to score some points.
So I think they're going to score some points. Missouri should, Missouri played a bad FCS team last week. We're still finding out about Bo Perbula. But they have some weapons over there on offense. So this is one of the best games on the card to me this week, just from a watching standpoint. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get in the fourth quarter and we got some shenanigans there.
Yeah,
the roll field.
There were some people who were really mad that SEC Nation didn't come to the Kentucky game, and I'm like, why? One, who watches SEC Nation? Who
Well,
goes to it?
people love to give a show that no one watches a lot of attention about where it goes.
In the other hand, too, like, I mean, Kansas and
Or not.
Missouri
I
have
shouldn't say no
hated
one
each
watches, but
other.
no one goes to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kansas and Missouri have hated each other since before Kansas was a state. Like this is a bitter rivalry and it's
Yeah.
back. Like, of course they're there. Like, come on.
One of the best things about college football is that there are all kinds of rivalries like Kansas and Missouri that you don't really get unless you're in it. Like East Carolina, NC State last week.
Yeah.
Like if you're just some, you know, Charlie Buckeye in Columbus, you probably don't think much of that. But if
Hmm.
you're, you know, Ronnie and Raleigh, like that's like the game, right? You know, or if you're an ECU fan, that's one of the bigger games, you know, you'll play. You love that. And this is one of those here. These two schools absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
Fan bases hate each other. There's a lot of intermingling with these fan bases,
Hmm.
right in the Kansas City area. And this is the first time they've played this game in a while. There's going to be, I would imagine, Nick, there'll be a lot of Kansas fans that make the trip
Oh,
over
yeah.
there to Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a wild atmosphere. So definitely like that's going to be, if you're into rivalry football and like heated, emotional kind of moments, that game's going to have it.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And they said the week 2 slate isn't very good. It's going to be awesome. What's your yes, Luckett. We got good news, brother.
I'm all
One
ears.
transfer portal window, only one coming to college football.
January would be my guess.
Yep, in January. Boom. Love it. Absolutely love it. We don't need the second one. Hell, it should help if you want to have spring games coming back. So Ross Dellinger report. That's some good news in the world of college football. This is going to be some good news too, because Luckett's third pick is definitely going to be a lock.
Yeah. You know, we already have one. When in doubt, Nick, just play Big Ten unders, baby. We got Iowa State, Michigan State, Boston College, Spartans hosting the Eagles. Under 45.5.
Not a lot of points.
Big NBC on the call. 7:30 prime time in East Lansing, Spartan Stadium. Nick, nice trend here. In the cross conference combined between these two teams. So when Michigan State plays a ACC team and then when Boston College plays a Big Ten team, unders are on a 10-0 run here, right? Boston College last week, Nick, they played Fordham. Don't believe Fordham's very good at football.
Nope.
That no one on their team averaged more than like 3.8 yards per rush. Could not run the football. Dylan Lonergan, Alabama transfer, is making his first road start this weekend. Not being able to run the football is bad news bears, I think, for Boston College in this matchup. Michigan State didn't exactly light the world on fire against Eastern Michigan. Left with 23 points. Aiden Childs was just okay at quarterback. They ran the ball fairly well, but we'll see what they can do against Boston College. Both these kind of pro-style systems here, both these second-year coaches, Jonathan Smith and Bill O'Brien, neither one wants to really play football in a track meet. You're going to see a lot of, 12 personnel in this game for both sides. Some old school football here. They played last year, 23-19 final, and Boston College needed some heroics to come back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think you see a slugfest here. Like a 20-17 sounds about right. So I like that under here. As long as no one gets over, 24, we should be in good shape. And I think it'll probably be difficult for both sides to get to 24 points in this football game.
I've got a Big Ten under too, Mr. Luckett. I've got a Big Ten under too. They hit a 63.5% rate in week 1, just around the sport. And in this game, it's another slobber knocker. Miami of Ohio last week got 7 first downs at Wisconsin. They were 0 for 9 on third down. They're playing Rutgers this week. Rutgers was 1 of 10 on third downs. They converted all their fourth down attempts, but they got outgained by Ohio. Needed some late heroics. They had to convert on a fourth down to be able to keep Ohio at bay. This number is even higher. I believe it's a little bit north of 45.5. Pete can pull that up, but I'm taking the under in Rutgers, Miami of Ohio. Okay, so we're right at 45.5, similar there. He got the different Miami, but the Red Hawks, the Rutgers Knights.
Be a lot cooler if it was Mario Cristobal versus Greg Schiano here.
I mean, Miami only had 117 total yards a week ago. 117 total yards, 34 rushing yards. Rutgers didn't rush the ball very effectively either. It felt like like Callie Akmanis would get like a 5-yard pass was their only offense. Like this is going to be a slobber knocker. So give me under 45.5 in Miami Rutgers. A little Big Ten action. We're steering into the ugly football. 3 of our 6 picks are ugly Big Ten unders, and hey, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Like nothing is better, Nick. Like when we're like I like it on the road trips. Like when Kentucky plays a road game and we're sitting somewhere at some sports bar, like nothing's better than just sitting there sweating out at under.
Oh man.
Like if you get to enjoy a college football Saturday at a sports book, like nothing's better than sweating out at under.
I love when it's a goal to go and they're kicking a 22-yard field goal. It's just like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
People are looking at you weird, like when like teams punting or something, like or miss a field goal, and you're just Oh, you're like, what are you even cheering for over there? What is going on?
Peanut Butter Posse says there's a windstorm on the East Coast this weekend too. Oh yeah, knock all those footballs out of the air. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna love it a lot. Those are our 6 picks you can get over on BetMGM, but we've got some more picks as the NFL is kicking off this weekend. Is there? Do you have any future action? I know we're more college football futures guys, but I may have dipped my toe in one today because anytime I listen to these preview shows, I just got locked in on the Broncos. Everybody seems to be gassing up the Broncos.
Yeah.
And they don't have the AFC is a very quarterback-driven league, and Bo Nix is good. He's not one of the Burrows or Mahomeses of the world. So I sprinkled on the Broncos. They're plus 350 to lose in the divisional round and plus 850 to lose in the conference title. So I think they're definitely making the playoffs. I don't know if I want to bet them to beat out the Chiefs and win that division. So I'm saying, hey, they're going to win at least a playoff game, and if they win 2, then I'm going to cash out. So that was my future pick. Do you got any future action? Because you got to feel good about where your Bengals are going in this season, Mr. Luckett.
I do like where they're at. I don't know if they're going to win the division, but I feel good about them making the playoffs, at least in really being live there. Once they get in, once Burrow just getting them in, get off to a fast start. But AFC South, like the Texans really going to win it again.
It's a great division.
Jags plus 310 to win the division.
3-1.
Get the Cohen bump. Tim Wins might win this division.
Brian Thomas Jr., man, that guy's awesome.
They've got weapons on offense. They've got some players on defense. You look at Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker's getting better. The linebacker Devin Lloyd they got from Utah is a really good player. I believe he's now in year 3. Travis Hunter factor. He's going to you would project him to make a big impact somewhere along the line.
Right.
I just think there's a chance here. I think they've done it before, obviously. The division is not hard. The weird thing about the AFC North, Nick, is like I wouldn't give it out, but no one's ever won this division 3 times in a row. So it's like the Browns aren't winning it.
Nope. Aaron Rodgers might.
That's what it's got to be, the Bengals or the Steelers. So which side do you want to bet there?
I feel like I hate saying this, but hasn't it been kind of quiet for Rodgers this offseason? Wasn't he playing pretty good at the end of the year for the Jets? I know that him and Arthur Smith, like, is it going to be perfect? But I think that they can have above, I don't know if above average is even the right term, but they've been dog crap offensively for a very long time. If they're just average and are scoring 24 to 27 points a game, like, I like where the Steelers are. I think Tomlin is going to do the Tomlin thing, but Rodgers can give them 2 extra wins than the normal, 9-8, and
Yeah.
we're a wild card team.
Steelers plus 550, BetMGM to win the division. Bengals plus 260. Ravens are a prohibitive favorite, minus 160. But again, like you're betting, like that's a trend, historical trend, and you have to bet. If you're going to bet it, you got to play the Steelers or the Bengals.
Yeah. Something to keep in
Yeah,
mind.
it's been a while since I think COVID was the last time the Steelers won the division because Bengals
Yeah.
went back to back and the Ravens went back to back.
And the Steelers, that was the year they started 11-0 and then
Yeah,
lost that Tuesday game because of
they
all
did
the
what-
COVID outs.
They've done what they've done under Tomlin, right?
Yeah, right.
The fast start
Mhm.
and then the slide towards the end of the year. Some
Well-
years it's been good enough to get in the playoffs, some not. It's why week 1, my best bet is Steelers minus 2.5 at the Jets because they get off the fast start. Jets brand new. Both teams are going to try to play the same style. I think the Steelers are going to be better in that kind of matchup.
How do you feel about your guys, though? This is the week you lose every year. I mean, you're worse than Brian
It is.
Kelly at this point.
It is. I put a stat on the board. Joe Flacco's career numbers against the Bengals. It's like 27 interceptions in 21 games.
Yeah.
Like if this isn't it,
What
are we doing?
At least they took steps. It's like
Yeah,
Zach Taylor.
They made a real attempt to kind of fix it.
He's all right. This is an issue. We cannot start this slow. Joe Burrow, play some preseason snaps, right? You had the Trey Henderson stuff, but at least Burrow with his receivers, there was none of that. So
and part of the reason they've sucked week 1 is because Burrow he's never had a good week 1 game.
Well, he hasn't been healthy either.
Yeah.
So you got to feel good about that. Let's share some picks this week. I've got my under parlay, 3 games. It's a 5.5 to 1 payout, and I love all of these. Absolutely love them. I know I was talking about how much I like the Steelers to have a decent offense, but Steelers Jets, you can't make this low enough. Can't go low enough. 38.5 can't go low enough. I don't know how the Jets are going to score. They're just going to turn around. Like Justin Fields, he can't complete forward passes. That's not in his game. They're not going to be able to run it in the teeth of the Steelers defense. So give me the under in that one. I'm really down on the Dolphins this year. There's some weird stuff going on with Tyreek Hill. Dolphins Colts under 47.5. And then I mentioned the Broncos earlier. Their defense is gnarly, and they're playing a rookie quarterback in Mile High under 42.5.
First game for Tennessee.
Yeah, I love that one more than any of them. But parlay all 3 of them together at 5.5 to 1. That's my under parlay for week 1. Mr. Luckett.
Yeah, I like the 4:00 window. I am excited to get the red zone on and watch it for the first time. Like I bought my red zone today. I felt like, oh my God, we're back. To me, Nick, my favorite, everyone loves the anytime touchdown parlays. They're just fun, right? It's like a superfecta, the track. You're just throwing stuff together, see if a bomb hits, and we'll give you something to watch. It's like fantasy football kind of just jacked up. But I like to do it for division games. So when you can get enough division games, because then you've got more of a track record to pull from in division games. So I've got one right here. You can get between 19 and 20 to 1. 4 legs. Only 4 legs here. T. Higgins plus 120 anytime touchdown. In healthy Burrow games against the Browns, he scored touchdowns in 4 or 5 games. Bijan Robinson minus 190. Falcons host the Bucks. In 4 career games against the Bucks, he scored touchdowns twice, and he's going to get a lot of touches. They're going to try to get him in the end zone. 49ers at Hawks. George Kittle plus 150 anytime touchdown. Last 5 games, he's gotten in the paint. The Niners, the receivers are a big question. To me, that means they're probably going to force feed Kittle a little bit, specifically when they get in the red zone. So George Kittle there. And then the last one, Lions, Packers, and kind of the feature game in the 425 window. David Montgomery plus 140. Low red zone vulture to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Takes all of his touchdowns.
In his last 5 games against the Packers, he scored in 4 games. One of those games was a 3-touchdown game.
Mm-hmm.
They get in the low red zone. This guy's getting the football. And so That is my anytime touchdown parlay. All division games. You got 2 at 1, 2 in the 4 o'clock window. Again, you can get that right now, but like a little over 19-1. And so that's a nice little payout if that can hit and get you something fun to watch.
I didn't realize until about an hour ago that the Chiefs are playing the Chargers in Brazil on Friday night. Had no idea.
Do you know what channel it's on?
YouTube.
Yeah, it's not on
regular.
It's on YouTube.
It's on the YouTube.
So are you like across the country? People are going to get phone calls from their parents, or some other people. Where the hell is this Chiefs game at? Where the hell are the Chargers at? I can't find it anywhere.
Why are they playing a divisional game over there? That's messed up.
Who gave up the home game would be my.
The Chargers did.
It's not any different, I guess, than when you go to Europe.
Do they play divisional games over there, though? I feel like that's too important to be playing on international soil.
Well, I've had to take a long time. I've had to take. You shouldn't be able to, like, the Thursday game should not be divisional games.
Yeah, I don't think that should be the case at all. And especially the way we saw that field last year, it was terrible shape. I don't. I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I guess at least it's on regular YouTube, so it should be easy to find. But that's weird. It's very weird. It's a very weird game. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So, but I do like that we do have the NFL back and a great slate of college football this weekend. Hopefully, the Cats can get it done against Ole Miss. They're 10-point dogs, and we hope that you rake in the money betting with BetMGM this weekend. For Adam Luckett, I'm Nick Roush.
Hey, Nick, before you go,
yeah,
I want to get this out there. So before you log off,
okay,
this is the Mark Stoops Mutter same game parlay.
Okay,
Kentucky plus 10
under
game under 50.5.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Dowdell anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Simmons under 275.5 passing yards, 10-1.
You heard it here, folks. Let's play in the mud. Let's get this dub. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully we cash some big tickets this weekend. You've been watching the Pigskin Preview.